when the world grows silent, and the noise inside your mind is all that remains, that is where the real battle begins. You sit alone, not because you chose to, but because life has a way of pulling everyone away, until only your shadow sits beside you. You feel the ache, the unanswered questions, the quiet rage beneath your ribs, and in that silence, a whisper arises. Endure. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." But it takes years, decades even, to understand what that means, because pain feels real, loss feels final, and the mind, it does not obey easily. You wake up heavy, dragging the weight of yesterday. You look in the mirror and see the same eyes that have seen too much and understood too little. But still, you rise, because somewhere, deep within, something refuses to die. That spark, that small, quiet ember of will, of defiance, of faith. Not faith in gods, or destiny, or miracles, but faith in the soul's capacity to survive. Seneca wrote, "Fire tests gold, adversity tests the brave." And life has tested you. You've been bent, bruised, torn apart by hands you trusted, by dreams that betrayed you, by moments that never became what they promised. But still, you breathe, and that breath, that single breath, is proof that you are not finished. Look around. Everyone is running toward something, away from something, but where are they going? Where are you going? We chase validation like oxygen, and then wonder why we suffocate. When no one claps, we scroll through strangers' lives and compare them to our pain, as if meaning can be measured in likes. But the Stoics taught us to return inward, to seek the calm eye within the storm, because the world will not stop spinning, the chaos will not vanish. But you can stand still inside it. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." And those words, they are not comfort, they are a challenge, because reaction is power, reaction is mastery, reaction is the difference between a wound and wisdom. Every pain you carry is a lesson in disguise. Every loss you endure is a teacher in silence. The universe does not punish, it refines, and the refining burns, but it also purifies. You see, peace is not given, it is earned. Through the fire, you cannot meditate your way out of heartbreak. You cannot quote philosophy to erase grief. You must feel it, you must walk through it. You must allow it to hollow you out, so that something true can grow in its place. The world told you to avoid pain. The Stoics told you to embrace it, because pain is not the enemy. Fear of pain is. You were not born to be comfortable. You were born to be capable. And capability comes when comfort ends. Close your eyes. Listen. That ache in your chest, that's the echo of the life you've yet to live. That restlessness, it's your soul remembering what it's capable of. You have walked through storms that others never saw. You have cried behind smiles that convinced the world you were fine. And yet, you are here, still breathing, still standing, still capable of more. The Stoics spoke of virtue, of reason, of control. But beneath all that, they spoke of freedom. Freedom from the illusions that bind us, from desire that enslaves us, from fear that blinds us. True freedom is not the absence of chains. It's the knowledge that they can't touch your soul. You are not your failures. You are not your past. You are not the voice that tells you to give up. You are the one who hears it and keeps walking anyway. Remember this, the hardest days are not the ones that break you. They are the ones that forge you. You are not meant to stay the same. You are meant to evolve, to shed, to lose, to rise. You will lose people. You will lose dreams. You will lose parts of yourself. But what remains, that is your essence. That is the soul that cannot be destroyed. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." You don't escape the obstacle. You become it. You transform it. You walk through the fire and come out flame. And in that moment, the pain no longer owns you. The past no longer defines you. You become untouchable. You see, there are two lives within you. The one the world gave you, and the one you must create. The first is survival. The second is mastery. And mastery begins the day you stop asking why me and start asking what now. That shift, from victim to warrior, from fear to purpose, that is rebirth. And it happens in silence, in the quiet hours, when no one is watching, when you pick yourself up again, when you keep walking despite the weight. When you whisper to yourself, I am still here. That is strength. Not loud, not dramatic, but deep, steady, unbreakable. The Stoics did not teach you to suppress emotion. They taught you to see through it, to let the waves crash without drowning in them, to feel deeply, but remain unmoved in essence. You can cry and still be strong. You can be afraid and still act. You can fail and still be free. For the one who conquers himself has already conquered the world. Do not rush to heal. Do not chase peace like it's somewhere else. Sit in the chaos. Let it reveal you. The world outside will always shift, but the soul that knows itself cannot be shaken. And that is where your power begins. Not in perfection, but in presence. Not in control, but in acceptance. You cannot control the wind, but you can adjust your sail. You cannot predict the storm, but you can stand in the rain without losing yourself. You are the captain of an unseen vessel, and your mind is the sea. Learn to steer it. Learn to calm it. Learn to sail it through the darkest nights. The light you seek is not ahead. It's within. You carry it, even when you forget, even when the night feels endless. And someday, when you look back, you'll see that the moments that broke you were the ones that built you, that the loneliness you cursed was the silence you needed, that the losses you mourned were the space for new life. This is the path of mastery. This is the way of the Stoic. Not a life without pain, but a life beyond its control. You are not here to be unshaken. You are here to remain standing. While the world shakes, you are not here to escape suffering. You are here to transcend it. So breathe, stand tall, look your fear in the eye, and say, you will not define me. For in the end, no one remembers how easy your life was. They remember how strong you stood when it wasn't. They remember the fire in your eyes when the world turned cold. They remember that you did not break, and neither will you, because the soul that endures, the soul that rises, that soul becomes eternal. So breathe. Do not rush. Do not hide from your wounds. Sit with them. Study them. Learn the language of your scars, for within them lies a story of how you became unbreakable. You see, wisdom isn't learned from books. It's carved into you by the blades of experience. Every scar is a chapter. Every tear is a lesson. Every silence is a verse in the song of your becoming. And one day, you'll see the beauty in what hurt you. You'll see that every closed door was a redirection. Every loss was a clearing of the path. The Stoics taught us, when you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. So wake with gratitude, even when the world feels cold. Thank the pain that shaped you. Thank the storms that trained you. Thank the darkness that taught you how to find your own light, because gratitude is the weapon of the wise. It transforms suffering into strength. It turns what happened to you into what happened for you. And slowly, without even noticing, you begin to heal, not by forgetting, but by understanding, not by escaping, but by embracing. And through that acceptance, you become vast, you become still, you become free. Do not rush to fill your emptiness. Sit in it. Let it echo. Let it speak. Because only in that quiet can you hear who you really are, not the version the world wanted, but the one your soul remembers. You were not born to impress. You were born to embody peace in chaos, to embody strength in surrender, to embody truth in a world built on illusion. So walk slowly, breathe deeply, and trust that every step, no matter how uncertain, is part of something divine. You are not late. You are not lost. You are unfolding, exactly as you must. The universe does not rush. Neither should you. Because even when you feel behind, you are being prepared. The pain was preparation. The solitude was shaping. The waiting was building your endurance. And one day, you will see it. How every dark night was quietly guiding you toward dawn. You cannot force sunrise. You can only stand still and trust that it's coming. That's what Stoicism truly is. Not coldness, but clarity. Not detachment, but direction. Not denial, but discipline. To know that nothing is promised and still choose to love. To know that everything ends and still choose to begin. To stand before uncertainty and say, I will not be moved. That is mastery. That is freedom. Epictetus said, no man is free who is not master of himself. And mastery is not domination. It is understanding. To know your anger but not be ruled by it. To feel fear, but not obey it. To know pain, but not become it. That is strength beyond measure. So when the world pulls you apart, return to your breath. When your heart aches, return to your breath. When everything seems lost, return to your breath. Because in that breath is the only moment that exists. The only moment that is yours. This is where you begin again. Not tomorrow. Not when life is perfect. Now, because you are not broken, you are becoming. And every moment of your suffering was the sound of your soul stretching toward greatness. So rise again. Not because it's easy, but because it's who you are. You are the storm and the calm, the wound and the wisdom, the pain and the purpose. And when you finally understand that, you will walk through this world untouched by its chaos. Not because it stopped, but because you learned to stop chasing control. You learned to trust, to endure, to let go. And in letting go, you found yourself. There comes a morning, quiet, fragile, eternal, where something shifts inside you. You don't know when it happened. You just know. The weight feels different. The pain is still there, but it no longer commands you. The memories still echo, but they no longer own your peace. You begin to see the beauty in the impermanence of things. You begin to understand that nothing meant to stay will ever leave, and nothing meant to leave was ever truly yours. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart." That is the paradox of peace. To love deeply, knowing everything you love will one day be gone, and yet to love anyway, not as possession, but as reverence, not as attachment, but as gratitude, because love, in its truest form, does not cling, it allows. It allows the other to change, to leave, to become, and it allows you to remain whole when they do. You see, this is what life has been teaching you, through loss, through heartbreak, through all the letting go. Nothing real can be taken from you, because what is real is not of this world. It's not the person, it's not the moment, it's what awakened within you because of them. That is eternal. So bless the pain that opened you. Bless the ending that freed you. Bless the storm that stripped you bare. For through all that destruction, something sacred was revealed. The Stoics believed in amor fati, to love one's fate, to not merely accept it, but to embrace it fully. Every scar, every failure, every detour, loved as part of your necessary becoming. Can you love what broke you? Can you love what disappointed you? Can you look at your past and say, "Thank you, you made me see"? That is liberation. Because once you love your fate, it loses its power to wound you. You stop wishing for a different story. You start mastering the one you have. And in that mastery, a stillness grows. A soft, quiet power, not born from control, but from surrender. You no longer chase peace. You are peace. You walk through chaos, and your heart remains unmoved. Not because you're cold, but because you've burned away everything false. You've seen the truth, and truth is unshakable. Epictetus said, "Circumstances don't make the man. They only reveal him to himself." So every storm, every heartbreak, every loss was revealing you, not punishing, revealing, showing you what you cling to, what you fear, what you misunderstand. Life has never been against you. It's been your mirror, reflecting what you must see. And when you finally stop fighting it, you awaken, not to a new world, but to the one that was always here. The light was never gone. You just had your eyes closed. Look around. The air feels different now, doesn't it? There's a calm beneath the noise, a rhythm beneath the rush. That is awareness. That is presence. You have stepped beyond reaction. You are now observing. And in that space between thought and response, you are free. That space is where your power lives. That pause before you speak. That breath before you act. That silence before you judge. In that pause, you reclaim yourself. The world will try to pull you into its chaos again. People will provoke you. Situations will test you. Pain will return in new forms. But now, you know the way back. You know how to breathe, how to witness, how to remain still. While everything spins, this is the art of self-mastery. Not perfection, but presence. Not control, but composure. The Stoics walked through wars, through exile, through death itself. And they did not curse the heavens. They looked inward. They asked, "What is mine to control? What is mine to carry? What is mine to let go? And they lived by the answers. So must you. You cannot change the past. You cannot command the future. You can only guide the present. That is where eternity lives. Not in years, but in moments fully lived. Each sunrise, each breath, each choice, a chance to embody peace. Let go of the illusion that peace is found in escape. Peace is found in participation, in facing life, not fleeing from it. So walk into your days with open eyes. Do not fear the unknown. It's not your enemy. It's your teacher. It's the blank page on which your wisdom will be written. And when fear rises again, as it always does, greet it like an old friend. Smile at it, listen to it, then walk on. Because fear is just the echo of a life unlived. You have already stepped beyond it. The Stoics believed that death was not the end, just the completion of nature's cycle. So why fear the inevitable? Why waste your life fearing what all must face? Death does not come to steal. It comes to remind you to live deeply, to live presently, to live with gratitude. Every breath is a gift. Every second, a chance to begin again. You've been through darkness, and it has shaped you into light. You've been through loss, and it has made you appreciate the fleeting. You've been through pain, and it has taught you compassion. Now, you stand at the edge of your own becoming, the noise of the world behind you, the silence of your soul before you. You've learned that nothing external can make you whole. No praise, no possession, no person, because wholeness was never something to find. It was something to remember. You were whole all along. This world will try to make you forget. It will tempt you with distraction, test you with desire, break you with disappointment. But you have seen beyond the veil. You have touched truth, and truth does not fade. So walk gently now. Live deliberately. Speak with intention. Act with purpose. Be slow to anger, quick to forgive, and relentless in your integrity, because virtue is the anchor of the soul. The Stoics knew that character was the only true possession. Fame will fade. Fortune will vanish. Even the body will decay. But your virtue, your choices, your kindness, your courage, those are eternal. That is how the wise become immortal, not through monuments, but through the impact of their spirit. You don't need the world to remember your name. You just need your soul to remember who it is. And when it does, peace will no longer be something you seek. It will be something you are, a stillness beneath the waves, a light in the storm, a voice that whispers, I am home. You cannot stop time, but you can fill it with meaning. And in doing so, you become timeless. The ancients called it ataraxia, a state of serene calm, a soul untouched by turmoil. It does not mean you feel nothing. It means you feel everything without being consumed. You can walk through sorrow without drowning in it. You can face loss without losing yourself. You are now the observer, the calm within the storm. And yet, you still care, deeply, fully, because indifference was never the Stoic way. Understanding was to care wisely, not blindly, to give without losing yourself, to serve without seeking reward. The wise man is not detached from life. He is deeply immersed in it. But with eyes wide open, he does not curse the rain. He learns to dance in it. He does not fight the fire. He learns to carry its warmth. He does not resist change. He becomes it. That is the essence of the path you have walked. You have suffered, and through suffering, you found wisdom. You have been lost, and through being lost, you found direction. You have let go, and through letting go, you found freedom. The person you were, the one who begged for certainty, who chased validation, who feared solitude, has died. In their place, a new being stands, not louder, but quieter, not harder, but wiser, not emptier, but lighter. You are no longer chasing meaning. You are living it, and that is enough. Epictetus said, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. You laugh now, because you understand, wisdom will always look strange. To those still asleep, you no longer need to explain yourself. Your peace speaks louder than words. You no longer need to prove your worth. Your stillness proves it for you. You no longer need to win. You've already transcended the game. Life itself has become your meditation. Every action, every breath, an offering to the eternal present. You live simply now. You expect little. You appreciate everything. And somehow, you feel infinite. Because when you release the world, the world returns to you. When you let go of needing, you begin truly living. And when you stop seeking power, you discover the power that was always yours. The Stoics called it the logos, the divine order, the rational harmony that binds all things. You feel it now, in every wind, in every heartbeat, in every sunrise. It's all connected, always has been. And you are a part of it, not the center of the universe, but a perfect note in its symphony. To know this is to be free, so you breathe deeply. You smile softly, and you whisper to yourself, I am where I need to be. No resistance, no regret, no rush. Just being, just now, just this. And in that single, eternal moment, you understand what the Stoics meant when they spoke of tranquility. It is not something to find. It is something to remember. It is your natural state, beneath all the noise, beyond all the pain, behind every fleeting thought. You were never broken. You were always whole. The storms were never punishment. They were the wind, clearing your path home. The darkness was never absence. It was the womb of your awakening. And you, the one who has walked through fire, through shadow, through silence. You are no longer afraid. You have seen the worst, and you have remained. You have lost everything, and found yourself. And that is victory. The kind of victory no one can see, no one can steal, no one can destroy. It is the quiet triumph of a soul finally at peace. You bow your head to the world, not in defeat, but in reverence. You whisper a prayer, not for more time, but for more awareness. You give thanks for every moment, every pain, every fleeting heartbeat that brought you here. And as the light fades, you rise slowly, step into the vastness of the unknown, and smile. Because now you understand. You were never walking toward peace. Peace was walking with you all along.